Hello. Ah. Um. Yeah. So the you can hear the microphone, but then I'm just trying to think how it's going to pick up the sound from the game. I could use the mic like we do with Signal. You know, I use the mic from the so I can go um, game. Um, use the okay. That should work for the camera. Yep. And desktop audio. Hmm. Oh, okay. Can you hear the music and can you hear me? Okay. How is my voice relative to like the music and the sounds? Can you hear me now? I mean, if the game sounds are loud relative to my voice, or my voice is like you can't hear the game sounds, then okay. Well, I can turn the game sound down a little bit. Yeah, I was just doing the flipping sound so that because you know there's a lot of sounds that are in the game, so it's kind of sometimes hard to like hear the voice over the sounds. So I can just turn it down a little bit more as well. So anyway, I'm just gonna shut it off. Okay, so I've got my phone here so I can read what you're saying to me as well, because I don't have two monitors. So, okay, so I can look at this land. By the way, actually, look at these lands. This is the white one. These are called the Tokyo lands. This is the white one. That's the blue one. That's the black one. That's the red one. That's the green one. Yeah, they're all really nice. I really like them. It'd be pretty nice to have them as like a real life card. That's why I think you could do like paintings. You could just paint a forest because there's people who do like altars for land cards. So they just do like basic. Um, they do like basically just do anything they could do as like abstract and simple, like it just like a, you know, because like this one, that one's like that's pretty nice. I like the colors of that one. This one's pretty nice, and then obviously for each one, there's like a different painting. But like this one, this is like the Pokemon ones kind of thing. Like it's just a constellation of a forest. You could easily do them, not necessarily for uh, selling or commercial, but just for like a gift or for your own home or something like that. A lot of people actually have like big paintings set up of the basic lands. Okay, so this deck is called Ink Treader Gates. Um, Ink Treader is the name of a four-color deck that has no black. and it's called Gates because you can see here all the gates, and it's all about synergies with gates. So there's Baldur's Gate, which is a new card. There's all the different color combinations, and so you've got cards like Guild Summit, which lets you draw cards with your gates. Gates Ablaze, which does damage to all the creatures. The Gatebreaker Ram, which gets more stats the more gates you have. And then, so you can kind of pop off with these, but there's a win condition as well, which isn't anything to do with that, called Maze's End. And you can see the ability is return Maze's End to its owner's hand, search your library for a gate card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. And then if you control 10 or more gates with different names, you win the game. So it's like an alternate win condition. So if they don't kill you early, then you can use Maze's End to try and win, and it's a really good card against control because they can't interact with the land. So this deck is not that powerful. This is my sideboard. My sideboard, I've got to kill creatures against control, graveyard hate, more into control, and then healing. So got a bunch of like different strategies depending on placing. But the deck isn't that strong because if you don't draw like your removal against aggro, you're dead. If you don't draw your Maze's End, you're kind of dead. But there's some cards which allow you to tutor up gates. So circuitous route allows you to search for gate cards. So you can get normally when you tutor them, you get Maze's End. No, sorry, you can't get Maze's End because it's not a basic land. You can't tutor for this, I think, with that card. But you can get Baldur's Gate because Baldur's Gate gives you more mana depending how many gates you have. So anyway, so that's the deck. It's all about ramping and just getting as many gates as you can onto the field and then try and survive. It's essentially a combo deck, kind of. I mean, the main win condition is Maze's End, or that's the alternative win condition, but Gatebreaker Ram is kind of like, you know, if you can put it out there on turn 3 or 4, it's like a 5/5/6/6 or something like that. So it's hard for them to remove the Ram. Hydroid Crisis is good because you get to draw and heal. That's kind of like it. Almost every combo deck plays like that. It's kind of like Control is less luck based, which is why it's powerful because you can draw a lot of cards and you can draw all your answers. Aggro is kind of luck based, but you're supposed to build your deck where luck doesn't play as much of a factor. But for combo decks, you really need your combo pieces, and if you don't get them, you lose. So it is more luck based, but in saying that, this deck is robust in some way. Like we'll play a game and I'll show you. Just don't expect it's not a tier 1 deck, is what I'm saying. Like it can pull out good wins. Sometimes it can get out of control. Let's give it a crack. How's the quality of the stream, by the way? Like, is it a clear picture? I can't, unless I buy the software, I can't actually like crank my settings up, so it's kind of it's not as the bit rate's like half what it should be. Okay, this hand is full of ramp. So we've got Maze's End, which is nice. I don't have any green to play these cards, so that would make me think I need to null to get rid of these. Because if I just play these two and nothing else, I'm probably going to lose. But this is if I had a green source, this would be an amazing hand. So Was it the music that was loud, or the just the overall sound? Anyway, I'm going to keep it. It's a risky keep, and if I don't draw a green source, or I don't draw lands, I'm really screwed. There you go. How's that? I can even turn it down like right to the... Okay. This is a artifact deck I'm playing against. And they've got like a really good opening hand here, which really sucks for me. So I'm gonna whatever. And I've drawn really poorly. I drew my first card, so hopefully the next one. So he's gonna get a 4/4 now, which is really gonna suck. Yeah, every time I watch Magic, I want to play Magic, and then when I'm like balls deep in Magic, I kind of don't want to play. Like when I'm just playing against like really stupid players, it's like I have to use my brain a lot. Like this is a very unfortunate. Okay, not bad. I might die because he's got like a 4/4 and the 1/1s. But at least I've got a green source now, so it kind of sucks. But if I can survive like maybe 3 turns, which 5, 6, I probably can't. I can kind of pull it out, but it really depends on my draw. Okay, that really sucks because I have to win this turn. Okay. So the artifact deck is kind of it's a blue-white deck, and it's actually quite new. I don't really know what to play against artifacts. Not Ugin, because it's too late. They don't have any graveyard synergy, so with that. Maybe Different Clarion. I might negate. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm going to play some counters because I want to get rid of their stuff. I thought about getting some healing, but I think it's too late as well. But I might put some AoE in just to get rid of them. So in that case, I might shave off the Krasis because it's like a late game card. Maybe some ramp. Maybe some draw. I definitely want to keep this. I mean, even this is not that great because. Yeah, this is really tricky actually because I don't really have anything that interacts with their artifacts really efficiently. So I'm just going to have to try that. I got some counter spells so that I can counter the scissors. So the card that beat me then was, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like magic scissors or something. And it makes them really... it turns them into or gives them base power 5/5. Okay, so this is really good, but again, I'm lacking green. I have blockers. I have AoE. So if I can get a land, I should be sitting pretty. Also, keep in mind I'm using a shitty mic. So, you know, usually if you watch streams, we've got really good mics. Okay. Again, I'm not drawing lands, but I'm not that fussed at the moment. I would like to draw a land. Okay, I'll put it down to 3%. And yeah, so I didn't draw a land, so that really sucks for me. And tell me if I could tweak the sound at all. Here's the scissors, but this is why I drew the counter spell. So the blue spell, if it's a blue spell, I can play Mystical Dispute, which counters it, and I can also pay the tax from the Esper Sentinel. So it means they don't get that. So that was really good for me. And there's my land, and I'm just going to play a blocker. What do you mean switch? You want me to put the sound a tiny bit up? Here comes the scissors. But that's fine, I think. I think I'll take the 6. Oh, well, I mean, we're only in the second game. It's not that bad. Unless you pay 1. So, yeah, I think we're okay. Just have to... I don't think unless you pay 1, I think I can't play that land at the moment. So, I could try putting another ram down and not putting a land, because then I can double block. But he might have a counter spell here, so that really sucks. No good options. I think I'm just going to try to attack. I think he might have something here, so it's actually kind of tricky to play my ram, because he will probably counter spell it. I could try and draw and take another 6. Hopefully get another land. Yeah, I mean, I draw pretty badly, and this deck is actually, the blue-white deck is actually quite a strong aggro deck. But one of the, for both games, I drew pretty poorly when it comes to the lands. You really need to like getting your land drops, because all of your stuff gets bigger depending on how many gates you have, and I have 2 gates. I do have this one here, but okay, that's really nice. Because that heals me when it comes onto the field, so that's really nice as well. I think they have here... actually, I'm going to attack first, because I want to kill this stuff. They're going to counter it, I think, so I'm just going to do this. See, I could have healed by doing it first, but I kind of want them to, counter it, kind of. I think they're going to counter it. Oh, okay. No, I don't think I want it. I want a gate. So if he pumps this ginger brute with the scissors, I'm dead. And I have to chump the ram, which kind of sucks too. I think I'm dead. I think I can't do anything from this position, because I don't have enough gates. I've got 3 gates, and I need to beat this card. I need a 6/6. Chump means it's short for chump block, which usually means to block something with a small creature. So imagine if they had like a creature that was like a 50/50, and you've got a 1/1, then you block it. So they just call it chump block. So you just have like a 1/1, and you just, yeah, kill it. Okay. I can put this down and I'll get 4, but I'm dead next turn. If I play the... Oh, I'll just show you anyway, just so... So I'm going to play this. Sacrifice land. Pay 1. This is going to do 4 damage to everything. 3 damage rather, because I've got 3... Oh, that's not... okay, yeah, I thought I was okay. No, Gateway Plaza. Give gate. Good game. Yeah, so it's quite hard to beat this deck. This deck that I'm playing against at the moment is actually a tier 1 deck. It's really nice. As you can see, it's like a really good aggro deck. But we were fine. The deck that I'm playing is fine against that deck, I think. Probably maybe like a little bit disfavored, a tiny bit, but the fact that I wasn't drawing lands naturally for a deck that relies on gates to be in the battlefield. Yeah. Anyway, we could play again because it's a fun deck to play. You just got to make sure that you get the land drops. But also there's heaps of other decks to play as well. So we can try again. But if you would prefer just to do like one game per deck, we can do that. So you can see the variety of stuff. Or you can just tell me like a style of deck you want to see. Yeah. Or like a color or an archetype. Something with red. Okay. How about we just play straight up burn? Okay, so this deck is a burn deck that just recently got an upgrade released recently called Lelia with the Baldur's Gate cards, and she or he, I don't actually know. I think it's she. She has haste, but then whenever she attacks, you can exile a card top of your library, and then you can play that card this turn. And whenever you do that, she gets a +1/+1. So red has a weird kind of card draw where you can draw a card, but you have to play it this turn. But we'll see. This deck is nice to play. But you have to, with burn, you have to make a lot of decisions. You have to decide whether you want to burn their face or whether you want to kill their creatures. It's actually harder than you would think, because a lot of burn you kind of think, oh, I'm just going to burn their face. I'm just going to burn players are really derpy. They just send lightning bolts to your face and then you win. But there's actually a lot of interesting kind of like decisions to make. So it's really a lot of aggro. Like in Hearthstone and other games, aggro is kind of like a brain dead deck where you just spew your creatures on the battlefield and attack, and that's it. But burn is, yeah, there's a few more kind of like interesting decisions to make. And it looks like there's not many people playing today. Could try different. What's my favorite playstyle? I don't have a favorite playstyle. I think I don't know if it comes. I'm playing against the same guy. Oh, different deck this time. Let's see if I can. This is actually going to be hard for burn because if he plays the scissors, I can't kill that creature. But anyway, maybe I can try and kill the creature before it comes down. But we'll see. So already we've got some like interesting things. We've got shock, which is the generic burn spell. If he plays a creature now, I'm not going to burn it yet. I'm going to wait for him to try and like equip it with something. If he tries to put the scissors on it, I'm going to kill it. Well, he doesn't have blue, so he can't really do anything at the moment, but that's fine. I'm just going to kill this now. And this is really going to be... Oh, actually, this is quite nice. I'm going to play this. She's a planeswalker. I'm just going to do a bit of damage. I'm going to play this to get some cards, to draw some cards. And it's a nice draw. The next turn I can play that. I think now he can put the scissors... If he puts the scissors on it, I'm dead. that's hard as well, the 5/5. Okay, interesting. I don't have any really good I don't have any really good artifact destruction. I think I might have one card. But anyway, so this card is good because whenever I cast a spell, it allows me to search my library. Not search my library, but you'll see. So I could try and draw a card and see what it is, or I can just give myself some mana, and so I can destroy their stuff. So I'm going to do that. If I'm not explaining stuff at the moment, it's my brain is actually like working really hard. So I'm going to try and kill some stuff so that, because the Nettle Cyst, see the card that's the 5/5, that card, it grows depending. Oh yeah, he's going to do that. Okay, that really sucks too. So let's, actually we don't have to do that now. No, I do because I want to be freaked out, is it? I think I'm dead. Yeah, I'm really dead because they've got healing now, so I'll explain it. So they've got a card now which gives them healing when they attack, so I'm dead. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, so I've got this card here which destroys all artifacts. If I draw this card, which I only have one of, I win. So I think Planeswalkers, Strangle is good, Molten Impact. So I want to get all the removal that I can in the deck. I think that I want to have some creatures. I want removal, a lot of removal actually, a lot of removal. I think Lelia's. I don't think I can use Lelia because she's not going to be able to attack. She's going to be attacking into creatures, so yeah. I think if I draw the Shadowstorm, I win. So yeah. So their deck is a top tier deck. It's really good. It's very difficult to beat it unless you're playing black, I think. So this is not bad. I've got a creature. I've got. Oh, hello you. What are you doing? What are you doing? You want to go outside? Hey. What are you doing here? Okay. Let's go then. Yeah. Let's go. Okay. I'm gonna play this enchantment. It's a I don't know if you're familiar with sagas. Do you know what a saga is? I don't know if you've got any sagas in your cards. So that sucks for me. I'm just going to play this, and that's it, I think. Oh yeah, Saga. So it's an enchantment that. Okay, that's fine. Let's kill that now. I can kill this thing too. I've drawn too many lands, which really sucks for me, so... but, whatever. I'll keep going. So so anyway, Saga is like an enchantment, and it comes down, and it has 3 chapters. It's like a saga, it's like a story. And it's got 3 chapters. And the first chapter comes down, and then something happens. And then the second chapter comes down, and then something happens, and the third chapter comes down, and then it goes to the graveyard. So basically, each turn, the next chapter happens. So it's like an enchantment that has its effect over 3 turns. So this is a bad position for both of us. I think it really depends on what we draw now. I think the fact that they drew that one really sucks. But whatever. That was a stupid thing to do for them. But they can equip it to another creature, so they didn't lose out that much. But at least I can kill it before it gets too big. This is kind of good for me. It's kind of sucks for me, but I'm not sure whether I should do this. I might do this. I think it's better if I'm trying to think if I should play these two ones out. We're kind of racing now. If he has a Shadow Spear, I automatically lose. So let's pray he doesn't have one. The Shadow Spear gives it lifelink, so I can't burn. That really sucks too, because they're probably going to get a Shadow Spear. Oh, okay. So we're kind of racing, which is kind of good. That's a good land as well. I think I'm going to kill this thing. That really sucks because these cards are burn for creatures that I don't. Yeah, anyway. I just have to play them because to grow my guys. Yeah, so I have to play one of these cards now, but there's no creatures to kill. That really sucks. Okay. We're just gonna... it doesn't matter what I do. Oh, actually, yeah, that is nice, because it really lasts. I should have played the other one, actually, when I think about it. I might be able to pull this out, because I've got a land. I've got a land here that turns into a creature. I'm not explaining my plays well at all. I think maybe you can tell that my brain is going like a million miles a minute. If he attacks here, he loses. GG. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can put into it. He's got portable holes. Nothing else really helps me that much. Maybe Roiling Vortex, but I think it hurts me more than helps me. Yeah, it's really nothing. I think I just have to go with that and then hopefully draw Shadowstorm. This game is quite even. It just really depends on who draws well. I think the game is mine to win or lose because... well, no, actually, I mean, they can do a lot of nasty stuff too, so it really does come down to like some stuff. Okay, that was a really good draw for me. They're probably going to get a portable hole after this, which is fine. That really sucks for me because they're going to sacrifice this. So I can't kill it because they're going to make it turn into a 4/4. So that really sucks for me. What I might do is just save my burn and just go face. So actually, I could kill this thing now with 2 shocks, but I'll wait and see what they do. When people manually tap like this, it's so annoying. I find this anyway. I think I'm dead. They had the nuts, so really sucks for me. They basically had the perfect draw. Like having this one Ornithopter. So I mean, I don't know. It's not over yet. It's uphill battle for me now. So I did this first because Light at the stage has something called Spectacle, which means that I can, if I do damage to them this turn, I can play it for cheaper, which I'm going to do. I think I have to play this one now, and then play the other one next turn. I think if I can. No, I think no matter what I lose, they have everything. They have the. There you go. Yeah, they had two of them. Sometimes they just have the nuts. So basically, to beat their deck, you need, I guess, like bounce spells and other things. Like I've never actually really had a problem with those decks before. I mean, any deck that has their best hand is probably going to win, and they had their best hand. Like so, no matter what deck you're playing with or playing against. You need like enchantment removal or counter spells or other kind of things to kind of beat it. I don't know if I have any Liliana decks per se. She's not that strong in the formats. Maybe Liliana's in this one. Yeah, there's not that many good Liliana Planeswalkers at the moment. There is actually a Liliana one coming next week in the new set. It's actually a reprint of a really strong Liliana card. So next week is going to be Liliana everywhere. Yeah. See if it's if you can see the card somewhere. No, maybe not. Oh, there it is there. Let me see it. I can't zoom in. Anyway, that's the card there. Liliana of the Veil. It's a reprint of an old Liliana card that came out a long time ago. It's considered to be quite a strong card because it's like 3 mana and it's just generally pretty good. Okay, anything else you want to see? Green, eh? Okay, well let's play Explorer, which is a different format, and we'll play. Okay, there's 2 green decks we could play. We could play this one here, which is just heaps of creatures, like green, and then this one here, which is all about like ramping, getting heaps of mana, using artifacts, playing big creatures, that kind of stuff. So there's 2 options. They're both pretty fun. Alright. Yeah, so this one is all about getting lots of mana, and then it's kind of called a toolbox deck because there's a card called Khan, which is a planeswalker, and it allows you to pull an artifact from your sideboard, and then you can kind of pick an artifact that kind of helps you depending on what you're facing. So it's like a toolbox deck. So it's kind of like you can kind of use it to do anything. You can kind of use it to defeat anything. So the most popular color combination in Explorer at the moment is black-red. It looks like I'm not playing against black-red. I'm playing against something else. So this is my green. I've got some mana things, I've got some creatures, and I've got Khan. So that's my toolbox. So that's... If I'm playing against control, it sucks. But because playing against control is like really frustrating. I have a feeling it's not control. It could be Esper control, but it could also be an enchantment based deck. So I'm trying to think if I want to ramp more or if I want to play the troll. I think so. I can play 2 of these and then ramp, or I can play a troll. I think, yeah, at least a different person. Yeah, that's true. It's actually very rare to play the same person back to back. It very rarely happens. So I'm going to play the troll because I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on them to do stuff. Because I don't really have anything to fully ramp yet. Yeah, so this is an enchantment deck. I think it's called... I can't remember what it's called, but... Doom Foretold. So there's an enchantment called Doom Foretold, which allows them to do stuff. You'll see. I'm sure they'll play it. So I could ramp again, or I could play another troll. Or I could play Khan to start getting stuff. I might do that, but I don't actually know what I want to pull from the toolbox yet. So if I play this, actually I'll do this. This is a better play. So I'll put that on the land, and then I'll play the troll. So I got to ramp and put a creature in. So what this enchantment does is you enchant one of your lands, and then when you tap that land, it gives you an extra mana. So that's why it's ramp, because you spend mana, but then in the future turns you get to play more. Okay, so he's black and white. So this is, yeah, Orzhov. Usually Orzhov enchantments, Doom Foretold. That's fine, so that's kind of good that I ramped a bit. There's another troll, so I'm just going to attack. I could play another troll, or I could do this. I could put this on another land and then play another troll. So when these trolls die, I can attach them to a land, and then it does the same thing as these enchantments. It allows me to draw more lands. So I won then because I was putting pressure on them. And so I had to make a decision. Do I want to ramp and play Khan to get a toolbox, or do I want to play the trolls out to be aggressive? And I went aggressive because I didn't really know what they were doing yet. If I knew what they were doing, I would have played Khan, because then I could do something about it. So all of these cards are the tools that I can pull from. I don't really know if any of them I need right now. I don't know if anything really helps me against their deck. So I think I might just run it back. And if they might win this turn, this round, so we'll see. Which is fine. I didn't really get to see their deck at all. You know, I saw a couple of things. This is another good hand. I've got ramp. I've got some creatures. I've got some payoffs. So I've got, you know, ramp cards, and then I've got the payoffs, which are expensive, but I can play them earlier because... so he didn't play this, or they didn't play this untapped, so it makes me think they don't have removal. So I feel comfortable playing this out, but in saying that, it could easily die, and they could have made a mistake, but... that's fine. That kind of sucks, but I'm going to play 2 ramp guys out there. And they will have to remove these, otherwise I can... If I draw a land this turn, I could play a big guy. But they're going to be playing a lot of removal. Because I've got lots of creatures, so they're going to kill one of these probably. Yeah. I think they just drew their card as well. That really sucks. So I could tap. I think I need to draw a land, so I can use this card to draw a land, or I can play a troll. I have to try and think now, like, do I want to play a troll and start putting pressure on, or do I want to play a bit more defensive and start ramping? And I think I want to start ramping. I think I want to tap for green, then put this on there, and then I'm going to get a land. So I think I need it. Yep. Which kind of sucks. It's not really an efficient play because I didn't get to play really anything this turn. Yeah, the art in this is quite nice. I've got... Okay, so they're going to do lots of stuff with this. Yeah, this is quite tricky. So I might... I've got heaps of mana now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can play this. And hopefully get some big dudes. Oh yeah, nice. I think they've got... I might just play Planeswalker because then I can draw lots of cards. And I'm okay with leaving it. So I've got a Planeswalker, and when this Planeswalker uses their ability, they can untap something. And when a creature with more than 4 why are you killing this one? Oh, what else can you do to this one? Unless they've got... okay. Interesting. Okay, so they've got lots of removal. That's what I thought. They need to sacrifice this enchantment soon as well. But I'm not too fussed at the moment because... I've got lots of creatures and stuff, so... I might... So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I think I can play 5, untap. No, what if I go 6 mana? Yeah, I might go this. Grab a land. Untap. Play Khan. Tool. I don't actually know what I want yet, but something that kills enchantments, I think. I think this one here, because it... Something that stops them from... something that... Oh, actually I could... What does this do? Oh, I lose the... Okay, so they have to sacrifice that soon, so... I could get something that helps me draw. The Pithing Needle? Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. Pithing Needle's good if they have something that activates an ability. I might grab God-Pharaoh's statue because then they can't keep playing things and they're going to start taking lives. So I'm happy with that turn. They might make me discard now, which is actually fine. I'm okay to discard. They will probably draw though. I think they need to draw. So this card this enchantment they've got. They basically have 4 turns to sacrifice it. If they don't, they're going to lose the game. But their deck kind of relies on things like that, I think. So I don't really know what they're going to do now. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good against my deck. Now I have to figure out like what I want to the top of the deck. I think I want Nissa. Because Nissa is going to allow me to get a lot of mana. So Nissa is a Planeswalker that when I tap for green, she gives me double. Well, not double, but an extra. So I'm just going to go... I think I just go... like that. I animate a land. Then I attack. Then I untap. Then I... Spells your opponent cast cost 2 more to cast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they don't have a land, this is really nice. I might just play it. And then I've got mana, so I can play this as well. I think I'll... Okay. So they need to they need to find a way to... Oh, actually, I know what they're going to do. They're going to play Yorion to bounce this card. which is fine. Whatever. I might lose this one. Oh, they sacrificed it, but that's fine. They got rid of this card, which is really nice. Now I can pop off this turn. Really, really nice. Really nice. Alright, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to animate the land. So this is a planeswalker that allows you to create the lands. Then I'm going to play Song the Festival. I'll get a Khan. And I'll get a Willow Haven. I'll get something else.
I will rid you of your corruption.
I don't really know what I want though. I don't think there's anything that stops them from doing what they want to do. Lots of options, I'm not really sure. I think I'll just get a Henge. And then I can... what I can do is I can attack. That makes me think they can actually clear the board next turn. I'm going to untap this one.
Let's get moving.
And then I'm going to play the Henge. So the Henge, whenever a creature comes in to the field, I can draw a card. And it gets a +1/+1 counter. And whenever I use it, I get 2 health. So you can kind of see there's heaps of things going on with this deck. There's, you know, you're getting creatures, you've got the toolbox, you've got the planeswalkers. So I'm going to lose 2 creatures here, so that's fine as well. Actually, I don't know what they're going to do here. Are they going to kill that? Okay. I don't think that's a good target, but I'm just going to sacrifice a land, I think. Okay, I'm going to play a land. I'm going to get a toolbox, a tool. I'm going to get a creature that destroys their creature. Yes, I am. I'm going to tap. I'm going to untap. I'm going to pass this guy. He gets to destroy their flying guy. I get to draw a card. I get to attack. And then I think I might leave it. Maybe I won't attack because I have a feeling they have a sweeper to kill everything. So I'm not really that fussed. I can just kind of... I've got enough creatures on here. If they can't kill my board, they lose. Actually, maybe that was a mistake on my part, because I could have survived with this, but I think that's fine. Now, Nissa can ult now. Actually, I'm going to create a troll. Because when the land attaches to the troll, and then I'm just going to... Actually, I wonder if I can grab heaps of forests. Yeah, I might do that. So this is called an ultimate, when you use their final ability. So I'm going to grab all my lands out of my deck. I'll grab all my lands, put them on the field. I'm going to animate this, and then I'm going to attack. And that's it. Yeah, so their deck is a black and white enchantments deck, which is actually a super cool deck. You can see they're ranked 300 something, which means that they've had some success with their deck. And their deck has a lot of removal, enchantments. They do cool stuff. They can bounce things. They've got they can sacrifice things. They've got Yuri on here, which I don't know if you knew about this, but I think it was 2 years ago, there was a mechanic called Companion, which is there was 10 companions. Actually, I can show you what the companions are in the cards, but there are 10 companions. They all have a different color combination, and they start off in your deck, but they have a condition for how you build your deck. So the condition for this companion is you need to have 20 more cards than the minimum size. So for Yorion decks, you have to have 80 cards, not 60. For other ones, there's other conditions. I can show you all of them because they're all pretty cool. So their deck was actually really nice. I like it. It's interesting. They've got lots of ways to play. There's a lot of different ways to play against it. You really have to think about different things. My deck is a bit more simpler. Like I've just got creatures, but also some planeswalkers that do stuff. Yeah, just lots of different stuff. So anyway, that was a cool match. I like that. I like this better than the other match. Okay, I'll show you the companions because they're really cool. Companion. Okay. Why was I thought I had? Oh, never mind. Okay, so this is Urion. This is the one we just faced against. He's a bird serpent. He's blue and white. And whenever he goes onto the battlefield, you can exile anything you have on the battlefield, and then they come back at the end of your turn. So it's like there's a blue-white archetype called Blink, and Blink is all about blinking the stuff on your deck and making it come back. So if it has an effect when it enters the battlefield, it happens again. And this deck was really, really strong with like control and some other kind of decks. This is another really, really strong companion, Luris. It's a cat nightmare. And basically the condition is you can't have any card in your deck with a mana value 2 or 3 or more. So you could only have cards with 2 or less. And the good thing about Luris is that on your turn, you can cast one spell with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard. So you can. There's just so many different strategies around it, which is just bringing stuff back from the graveyard. It's like having a second hand. You just play stuff from your graveyard. It feels really cheap. And this card's probably the strongest one out of all of them. You can just imagine like being able to bring back stuff from the graveyard just each turn is just so good. Actually, I'll change the art for this one because that's not the original art. This is the original art. Garuda, Doom of Depths, a Demon Kraken. So this one is your starting deck contains only cards with even mana values, and when it enters battlefield, you can mill 4 cards, or each player mills 4 cards, and then you can put a creature with an even mana value from the graveyard onto the battlefield. This card, when it first came out, was the most broken card. You could just put it onto the battlefield and just keep recurring it and just making a huge board. There was a combo or something at the beginning. It was just too strong. It was so strong. But people figured it out, and then it just became nothing. This is Lutri, the Spell Chaser, an Elemental Otter. Each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name, so you have to have a singleton deck. I believe this card got banned from Commander because everyone was running it. This one's not so strong though. You can flash it in when it enters the battlefield. You can just copy a spell. That's all. Lutari. Maybe that's where they got the idea from. Obosh, the Prey Piercer, is a Hellion Horror. This card's not too bad. It definitely saw some play. This is the same as the other one, but you can only have odd mana values. And basically, if a source you control with odd mana deals damage, it does double that damage. So It's like an aggro kind of do double damage kind of companion. Umori the Collector is an ooze. Each non-land card in your starting deck shares a card type, so you can only have creatures, or you can only have instants, or whatever. So people would run this in like creature-only decks. You couldn't have any other spell. And then when this card enters the battlefield, you can basically make all your creatures cheaper. Yeah. Well, this set was all about creatures that evolve, and I think these crystals kind of help them evolve and stuff. Okay, this one's called Gigantha the Wellspring Elemental Elk. This is still pretty popular. It's still pretty good. But you can't have any card in your deck with a double mana value. So you can't have like red or green or something. You can have like 3 and a green, but no double symbols. And then when this one goes down, you can tap it to generate 1 of each mana. It's not too bad. There's Zerda the Dawnwaker, who's an elemental fox. Each card in your deck has to have an activated ability. So it has to have an ability that when you click on it, or sorry, when you use it, it does something. And it makes all of those abilities cheaper. Then there's Kahira, the Orphan Guard, which is used a little bit in control decks because each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast. And if you don't run any creatures, then you can use this card because you have no creatures. And then this card basically gives all of those creatures +1/+1 and vigilance. So it's not great, but it's not too bad either. And the last one is called Karuga the Macro Sage, which is the green-blue. It's a dinosaur hippo. The condition is your starting deck can only have cards with mana value 3 or greater. So this one was all about having bigger creatures or cards, more expensive cards. And when this one enters the battlefield, you can draw a card for each permanent you control that has 3 or more mana. Anyway, so there was 10 companions, and when it came out, it was just busted. It's regarded as one of the most busted mechanics of any mechanic in the game. Well, the reason why it's busted is because you started with the companion in your hand every game. It started in your hand, so you would have it every game. So you didn't have to draw it; you could just have it in your hand. But they errated it, and errata is like a rule change. So if you have a card that has rules on it, like text, they can errata it where the text on your card no longer applies anymore. You have to go online to read the rules. So they errated it to make it so that it doesn't start in your hand anymore. It starts in a different zone called a companion zone. And if you want to play it, you have to pay 3 mana, and then it goes into your hand, and then you can play the card. So that was their way of kind of like fixing the card. But it's quite a serious thing. It's quite a serious fuck up. If they have to errata rules, it means they fucked up with their testing. I mean, they could have banned the companions, but that would have been worse. So they errated it instead. Okay, what are you up to? Yes. Oh, okay. Is that because I'm putting you to sleep? Okay, if you want to have a nap, I can stop. If you want to keep watching, I can keep going. Okay, well then, what do you want to play? What do you want to see? Which deck do you want to see? So you've seen the Gates deck, which is not too bad, but didn't really perform. You saw the Burn deck, which is pretty good. Play my favorite deck at the moment. I have no idea. That's why I don't really have like a archetype. Like each of these decks plays so differently, and they have. But that's what I like. I don't know if that's like an ADHD thing or something. Um, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I like having variety. I need variety in the decks that I'm playing. Yeah, I need it. I can't play the same thing over and over again. Silver Quill Clerics. Okay, so this deck is all around the tribal. It's a black and white deck. It's all around the tribe of Cleric, um, which is essentially a life gain deck. So it's all about gaining life. So I've got some angels in here, which are also, no, that one's not a cleric. Yeah, I've got some. So this is revolves kind of around these cards that when you have a creature come into the battlefield, you gain a life, and then you've got some payoffs for the gaining of life. You've got some angels. This card is a new card which came in, which basically allows you to like use 6 life per turn. I do. Oh yeah, because this is like some. That's like a Innistrad deck. So is that one. That's from Kaldheim, Zendikar. Yeah. Sideboard is okay. So anyway, we've got some angels, we've got some clerics, that kind of stuff. So it's all about uh, gaining life and that kind of thing. So we'll see. Some of the decks you play against in this format, which is called Alchemy, can be pretty strong. So we'll see. I think this deck is quite nice, but no, not historic. Please, not historic. I don't want to play in historic. Cancel. I want to play an alchemy. Very good. Okay. I'm going first. Okay, tell me what you think is wrong with this hand. Yeah, so this is actually a really good hand, except I have no lands. And this hand really sucks too, because I have 1 land. And this, this really sucks. Okay. So I just got fucked. I literally just got fucked. I just got completely destroyed. So I'm going first, that's fine. I'll get rid of 1 land. Now I'm trying to think. I think I have to get rid of. Actually, the 1 drop I don't. I know. I kind of want that. I think I get rid of this one because I need to play something. And I need card draw, so I need this one. So this is gonna be. This is really difficult. This is not looking good from the outset. Like mulling to mulling to 4 is almost guaranteed loss. But we'll see. We'll play it out. See what happens. Now is the lands. So I'm going to try and draw cards with this enchantment, and hopefully try and come back that way. But look how many cards they have. Like, I've got 2, they've got 7. Okay, so they're probably going to counter this. They're probably going to counter this, and I kind of lose. But I've got another one, so I'm not fussed. But if they counter the next thing, I'll just concede because I can't come back from that. So they're playing a Jeskai control, which is red, blue, white. Okay, got it down, so that's okay. They could be playing it looks like they're playing kind of control-ish kind of deck. The thing is, using this enchantment, I need healing to use it well, which I'm just gonna use all my healing now. So they've got a stop there, which means they've got something that uses white and red, so it could be a damaging spell maybe. I'm on 14 health. I'm going to spend all the oh, it's a dragon's fire, I think. Yeah. Okay, so they're playing. If they play a Goldspan Dragon here, I lose. Yeah, I'm not going to win that. Okay, so this is a really hard matchup for me. I think that's probably fine. What don't I want? I gotta get rid of 4 cards. I think the Angel has to go. Okay, let's hope I don't mull down to 4 again. What? Like, this is actually... This actually is extremely rare. Holy shit. Like, it actually very rarely happens that you get 1 land ever, and then this has happened 5 hands in a row. Holy shit. It wasn't that bad, but, you know, that sucks. That really sucks. And now I've destroyed lands. I don't think I can win this. This deck is kind of like a deck where you need to have like a 1-drop, then a 2-drop, then a 3-drop kind of thing. Like, it needs to pop off. Yeah, I reckon. I've played this, and now all I'm doing now is destroying lands, so amazing. Okay, we'll keep going though. Yeah, so the appropriate thing now is I wasn't drawing lands, and then I had to mulligan, and now that I have lands and I have cards, all I'm going to do now is draw lands. Oh, actually, I fucking did it. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this one actually. Okay. Okay. I drew another one, so that's good. So I can come back from this if they don't kill everything on the board. which I don't think they can do this turn. They could next turn. Alright. I need something to... Oh, I don't have enough creatures on my thing, so I think I've lost here. I don't think... I think now that they've got that down, I can't win. They're going to play Opus. Yeah, they're going to play Opus here, and I'm just going to lose, because Opus is usually 7 mana, but with this card, it makes it like 3. I can't win from that. If they play Opus, I'm going to concede, but then I'll show you how I lost. It's already over. They're going to play it. Okay. Yeah, actually cursed game. Mega cursed. Okay, so this deck is actually not that good in the format that I'm playing. And my deck is actually quite good against it. So basically, yeah, I bricked. The fact that I had to mull eight times in 2 games, no, 8 times, 4 and then 2, so 6 times, is really cursed. And then they just had the nuts. So Hinata is this card here, which when they cast spells, for each target that the card targets, it's reduced by 1. So this card that costs 8 mana costs them 2. And I can't win. So this card does 4 damage, taps them, creates a 4 blue red elemental, and they draw 2 cards. I just can't come back, especially after mulliganing so much. So yeah, that was quite a cursed game. I don't know how I could have come back from that. Okay, anything else you want to see? Do you want to see a black deck, maybe? I'm trying to think if I've got like a really good black deck. I think I do. I've got a black deck here, which is I really want to play it, but I don't have enough I mean, I do, but I don't want to spend them. Let's get this and this and this and this. So yeah, I really want to play this deck because this is a mono black control deck. It's all about. It's almost similar to the green deck that we played. It's like a toolbox deck as well, but it's got so much good black stuff. Actually, could try this one. There's a black and red deck. Okay, we'll give it this one a crack. So this one's a little bit of a combo deck. Not really, but it has a a way of like cheating out the angel. The angel like really kills them. So let me find it. Where is it? Oh, there. So we'll see how this goes. This is gonna be quite a fun. This could be quite a fun deck. It loses a lot to decks that have a lot of removal, because this deck kind of relies on a card called Transmogrify, and what it does is it exiles one of your creatures, and then you could look through your library to pick out another creature to put on the battlefield, and that's the plan. But if you target your creature with Transmogrify and they kill it, you're just like, you just get blown out. So we'll see. It really depends what we're playing against. If we're playing against control, I think we get wrecked. Okay, this is not too bad. We've got the angel, but I can tuck it back into the library with this card, but only if they have a creature. So we'll just keep it and see what happens. This card here, Indomitable Creativity, allows me to destroy a creature. Oh, they're going to Thought Seize. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we're playing against a black deck that's probably going to discard all our combo cards, which kind of sucks too. So, oh, they took that card? Alright. They might do it. They're probably going to play a lot of discard. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so they're playing a lot of discard, so they're going to fuck me over. But they missed the land drop, so that's pretty good for us. Pretty good. I'll just do this. Get some damage on the board. They can kill one, but I don't really care about that. That's actually really nice. Them using removal on a creature that I'm not trying to transmogrify is really nice. Let's seize them. Actually, maybe I'm going to tuck. I'm going to tuck this. I'm going to put the angel back in. I'm going to Thought Seize 2 of this stuff. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So I might get rid of the removal. And I'll just get rid of that. Okay. So if he doesn't draw a land, we're kind of good. If they do, alright, we kind of have to discard their stuff. So I want to get rid of the removal because if I get a transmogrify target in, okay. Languish. Yeah, I don't. I guess I don't want 3 of these, but this is not too good either. But they've got a land now, so I think I lose this game. I think I lose this game. Yeah, that's a pretty crazy yeah, okay. So they're just playing a black-red pile of cards, so I can probably win. Hang on a sec, I've got a phone call. Okay, never mind. They hung up. Okay, so they've got a lot of stuff. I might get Dream Trawler instead of this one because they've got lots of removal. I don't really know what else to. Actually, maybe Duress. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I know. Weird. Very weird. Okay, when you play against a deck that uses a lot of discard, you can't really afford to mulligan, because they're just going to take your cards anyway, so I just try and keep and then hopefully I draw what I need. And I'm not, so... Oh, they took creativity? Interesting. They probably got another discard, no? Oh, they kind of fucked up. They kind of fucked up. Well, I think they've lost this game. So I got my big flying creature on board, so that's really nice. No, I don't want to make a creature. And I'm just going to heal from this, so I'm pretty happy about that. And now I'm just going to make them discard everything. So this Phyrexian Obliterator that they have is actually quite it's actually quite a scary card, because whenever it deals damage to me, or whenever it gets dealt damage, it's then the person who deals damage to it has to sacrifice a lot of shit. So I wonder if Obnixilis isn't the right. I think it's the wrong card. I think I'm gonna get Heartless Axe so that I can kill it. I think that's the right plan. And I think that's quite good. I think, although I think this time they're just going to keep removal for my creatures, so maybe I just have to get rid of it and get this one back and get my removal. I don't know. This is tricky. Oh, I might put one Obnixilis in just in case. So this is if they discard all my stuff, I'm kind of wrecked. I can't really come back, but this is pretty good because they're going to try and discard my combo pieces, and then I'm going to discard them back. So pretty good. And they mulled down to 6, so that's pretty good as well. Now I'm going to get rid of something that they have. Probably the Heartless Act. Now I've got my own, so I can get rid of their creatures, so that's pretty good. Hopefully they don't have a discard in this. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to play my own. And then pray that they don't have removal. So they're playing the Phyrexian Obliterator, which costs 4 black, but they also play red, so their deck isn't that good. Oh, I'm not a fan of their deck. It's not built very well. Yeah, that's fine. I think I should have killed it. Maybe I should have killed it. I don't really know. I think I want to discard that. Just one. I think I just want to... They've got removal, I think, so I don't want to do too much with that. I think I want to kill their guy. It's probably the best thing to do. Kill their guy. I think that, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I don't know if I should get rid of... I think I'm just going to decline. I'm not going to get rid of any cards because I kind of want to keep everything. That's fine. cards. I'm trying to think if I should kill this card or not, but I think I'm just gonna let it go. A black source. Transmogrify this one. Very good. I should win the game now. Yeah. They should have kept their removal. Yeah. Nothing that they can really do now. So they should have kept their removal just in case I had... They knew that I had that in my hand the entire game because they thought they made me discard on turn 1. They knew that I had this card, Transmogrify, the entire game. I could tell that they knew that I had it. And they knew that if I played it, they're probably going to lose. So... And they used their removal. I think, or they didn't have any, or they should have kept this removal. They should have kept this card. They should have just held it in their hand. So this, I really wanted to use my removal on their creature, but I knew that they had this card, and that's exactly the card that I need to kill. So I don't really care about killing other creatures. So they should have held on to that, like I held on to mine, and they probably... I mean, this card is pretty broken, Dream Trawler, which is actually a pretty cool card. It's got healing, it lets me draw cards, and if they try and kill this thing, I can discard a card, and it gets hexproof, so they can't kill it. So this was a good, and this wasn't in the main deck. I brought this in from the sideboard because the other card, which is the Angel, dies to a lot of cards like this one here. So that was a pretty good game. I don't think their deck was that good. I don't think they played that well. But whatever. I think they probably could have done a lot better if, like, the way to beat my deck is just hold removal up and just sit on it for the whole game. And then, yeah, okay, that's good. Because their deck is fine, but like this card is the clumsy part of their deck. It requires 4 black, and they've got sources here which don't give black. They've got Field of Ruin, doesn't give black. Red doesn't give black. So to have cards that is so black dependent and not have black sources is actually, because playing this on turn 4 is brutal. You can absolutely destroy opponents just by playing this in turn 4. If they don't have removal, you're probably going to lose. I don't know. Yeah, I mean they've got a lot of powerful cards, but they just, I don't know. Anyway, that's my post game analysis. That was okay. That was a good choice, Al. You chose the right deck to play. To be honest, the Cleric deck is a fine choice as well. I just got completely dicked on the draw. Of course that would happen when I'm streaming. But then again, if it happens when I'm just playing normally, I just go, yeah, whatever. Like, that sucks. Move on. I don't really pay attention to it that much. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I've got a lot of decks. We could even just go through like any. I've got Merfolk there. I've got Goblins. I've got a combo deck with the Grinny Ignis. I've got a deck that lets you play like infinite turns. I've got a deck that tries to cheat out big spells. Got a dragon deck. Got another combo deck. Got a white-red combo burn deck. I've got a control deck. I've got a deck that basically allows you to like return infinite, not infinite turns, but like enough turns to get you to win the game. It's got discontinuity, which allows you to, it's like an instant, like it allows you to end the turn. So no matter whose turn it is, you can just enter the turn. So if you say, I'm going to play this big creature, I will just say, nope, your turn is now ended, and then you basically counter anything they want to do. You can, yeah. There's Elrond's Epiphany, which is you can take another turn. There's Teferi, Master of Time, which allows you to take 2 extra turns. Yeah, so this is a Bant deck. It's a white, blue, green deck. It's not too bad. We've got humans. There's a humans deck. Oh yeah. Which one? There's like there's so many. There's like 4, I think. 4 Teferis. And he's probably getting another one in the next set. There's Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. There's Teferi, who slows the sunset. I think it's this one you have. Shifting Sands. Oh, you might have a Teferi that's not in the game. Because there's a bunch that aren't in this game. Oh, really? This one? Who slows the sunset? Yeah, so there's a few. There's Teferi, the Master of Time. There's Teferi, Timeless Voyager. Teferi, Time Reveler. Teferi, who slows the sunset. Hero of Dominaria. And Time Bender. He's the Time Mage. Yeah, the Sunset card is not too bad. It's mainly good in kind of like control decks with a lot of artifacts, because it allows you to untap an artifact. So if you've got artifacts in your deck, it's really, really cool. It's really good. Okay, no problem. Thanks, Adam. I will have the good luck. Are you going to have a nap? Oh, are you not having a nap because your brother's coming home? Okay. Well, you have to pick it. You have to pick another deck then. What I did do is I had like a wheel where I put all my decks there, and I just spun the wheel to see which deck I played. I made a, like, there's a website where you can put um, uh, well, anything on there. It's like a wheel. It's like a digital wheel that you can spin, and then whatever it lands on, then that's whatever you choose. Okay, yeah, that deck is pretty good. Tasha, she is from the latest D&D set. She's pretty good. She's really, really strong. She is one of the most famous one of the most famous D&D characters. Okay, alright, are you good to watch now? Okay, let's do it. So this deck is pretty good, I like it. I don't have that much experience playing it, but we'll see. It's not a combo deck, it's just just kind of like a value deck. It's got lots of good stuff. It's a blue, white and black deck. Okay, so this is all removal. I don't know if that's a good hand or not. It really depends what they're playing. There are a lot of people playing combo decks, in which case playing removal is good. So I'm just going to keep it because I want to. Now I've got a blue. I'll choose a black. Okay, this could be. I don't really know what this is, but we'll keep going. Now I want white. Oh no, I don't want that. So if they play a white creature, I can kill it. Very good, very good. So they're playing a citizens deck, a tokens deck. That's a pretty good draw. I'm going to play this. This allows me to draw a card and discard. I think I want to keep my removal, but I need this to grow. So this is a quite tricky deck to play. Okay. I think I'm just gonna attack. Then I think I'm going to kill this thing. So that vampire allows them to draw a lot of cards. Then I'm going to play a black and see what happens. So they're playing, I think, a red-white, green deck. I don't really know what the best way to play this is, because yeah, I don't know if I should destroy this thing or not. I think I might have to. Actually, I'll destroy it next turn if I have to. Okay, not a bad draw. Might just sit back. I'll tap it if I need to. Actually, maybe I should kill it now. I think there's better targets to kill. I'm not really sure. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to leave it like that. This is actually really difficult. Lots of like mini decisions. Okay, that sucks. That card is really good. Why are you getting so many 1/1s? Ah, I see. That's why. So their deck is all about creating 1/1s, which is really strong. So what I might do is I might tap it now. means that they don't get the specialize. Ah, I see. Cool. Okay, well I'm going to kill that for sure. Okay, let's get a white. Now let's kill it. I thought, well... Oh, I see. Oh, we just have to kill it twice then, I guess. Oh, I see. I think we kind of fucked... I think I really fucked up. Okay. Yeah, this is really difficult. Okay, I'm just going to grab a few things. It's not particularly complicated. It's just that there's lots of like decisions to make, and I don't actually know how to beat the opponent's deck. So the decisions I'm making, I don't know if they're good or not. So I made a couple of really bad mistakes that game, which like cost me the game. So. It's kind of hard when you don't when you don't really know how to play against the opponent's deck. It's quite hard to win. But hopefully this time is a bit different. I think I know what I did wrong, so that's fine. I know what I did wrong. Oh, fuck off. This is so bullshit. That is so bullshit. I'm not actually salty, but I'm kind of responding to like a thing in my head that he's kind of like playing around something that I had in my hand, and I was specifically holding up a counterspell for this card. So really ridiculous. But that's fine. I think I'm in a good position. Pretty good position, I think. I think that the removal is not that good in this game. Okay, that was a good turn. Yeah, lots of decisions to make. I think I can kind of kill that. So he doesn't get any card draws. I think what I'm going to do is exile all their creatures and stuff. Do I want to do that, or do I want to kill? Yeah, this is so difficult. I can kill. I can exile all this stuff, or I can just kill a bunch of things. I don't really know. I think I'm just going to wait. I think I'm just going to wait. Well, I think I'm just going to counter that stuff twice. I like their deck. It's actually quite cool. It's actually quite different, which I like. Okay. Very good. Yeah, that's fine. Because they've got a lot of healing, a lot of 1/1s. I think I'm just going to do this. Very good. I'm going to attack. That's fine. I think I can win here. Four mana. Never mind, I cannot. Actually, if I go... Oh, I win. There we go. Close game. Close game. Oh, that was actually really difficult. That was actually so difficult. That's against red creatures. I could discard this stuff, which might be... No. Non-creature. Removal might be a good idea. What else did they have that was... I don't know, this is tricky. Nah, I think I'll... Yeah, I'll leave it at this. This is quite difficult. Because they have like infinite healing. Actually, I didn't draw Tasha in the 2 games. If I draw Tasha... Here, look at this shit. Yeah, if I draw Tasha, I should be good. No, oh, this is a good one too. So they're going to play the guy. I think every turn. Oh no, they didn't one, but that's good. So I'm going to try and counter whatever they play now, but we'll see what they do. Oh, you're not getting that at all. You're not having that at all. There's no world where you get that. Oh, we can kind of start popping off. Kind of. That's fine by me. feel, yeah, I think I'm just going to play Lae'zel because she's a boss. Or I could play Revel and Encounter. No, I think I'll... Okay. So now it's my turn with Lae'zel. That really sucks, because they can start popping off with that. Well, not with that one, actually. I think I need to use Farewell pretty soon. Pretty soon. Now, what do I want to get rid of? Target creatures. I think I want to get rid of this land, actually. Alright, let's just do this. I think I want to go like this. That's fine. So yeah, I think next turn I want to start just really chunking into their... I want to farewell everything they have. Because they're going to get lots of life. Although my Lae'zel dies, which is not great. Okay. I don't have the mana. So I'm just going this way. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. I'll farewell next turn. Hopefully they have... hopefully they overcommit their board and I'll just farewell everything. Yeah, that's really nice actually. That's really nice. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. You can see that they're popping off, and they've got heaps of stuff in their board. They just pop it off, they've got everything they want. They've got heaps of life. They've got all the stuff. They're just going off, you know. There's so much stuff now. They've got heaps of stuff. I have to kill that though. I have to kill that right now. Otherwise I'm taking mega damage. I actually don't want to kill that. I want to go. And let's see if they block. They're definitely going to block here because they know I've got a farewell. Wow, they're not... Okay. They might be a farewell, but here we go. Artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and I think graveyards. So I don't think there's anything in my graveyard that I care about. Actually, not graveyards, okay. There you go. Just get rid of all of it. Oh, the animals are like your pets. They're like your, you know, little dudes. Like you can choose them as just like a cosmetic kind of thing. So I think I want to kill that vampire so they don't get any more draws. Yeah, it's accessory. It's like your avatar. Your avatar, the pet, your card back thing. It's all good. Actually, Oh shit. I don't want to draw, so yeah, I'm not going to play the land because I want to discard. I don't know if I can discard it, but I want to discard it. So, oh, that farewell that gave them the business. They got the business. That was, by all definitions of the word farewell, that was a farewell. What? I didn't do anything. That farewell fucked them up. It just it got rid of everything. It got rid of let's check the exile. It got rid of the enchantments. Got rid of all these creatures. Oh, these died. That's a pretty cool deck. Like I think their deck is not good in terms of like its overall uh, like efficacy. It's just not a great deck, but it's fun in terms of like the archetype because they want to generate a lot of 1/1 tokens so that they can pop off with this. Jetmare allows them to when they have 6 or more creatures, they get like all the shit. Vampires allow them to draw. They get lots of healing. Um, Heaps of stuff. Just they can pop off. And I would have 100% lost if I didn't have farewell. So I'm glad that I brought it in to the deck. How do they say it? Efficacy. Is that what they say? Efficacy. Efficacy. Is that it? What do they put the emphasis on? The ick? Efficacy. That doesn't sound right at all. I mean, my pronunciation is off for a lot of words, so. But I'm pretty sure the efficacy. No way. That is horrible. Efficacy. Do you want me to start saying it that way now so that you're annoyed? Okay, I won't. Um, there was a better version of that deck I had somewhere. I think that was the wrong version. I'm not sure. I thought I had like a better version of that deck where it had just a couple of things that was just so good. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's this one. This, oh no, this one doesn't have Tasha, so never mind. Yeah, never mind. This is a similar deck, except it's all creature focused. There's no Tasha. But in saying that, I didn't draw Tasha at all in that game. At all. And do you know what Tasha does? Tasha actually counters their deck so much. Do you want to see why? Like, they couldn't have chosen a worse deck to go up against than mine. Because I have Tasha, which does this. Until your next turn, whenever a creature attacks you or Tasha, put a -1/-1 counter on that creature. And their deck is all about creating 1/1 creatures. So if they had attacked me, all of their creatures would have died. So Tasha just blows them out. But I didn't draw Tasha a single. I played three matches. In all 3 matches, no Tasha. Tasha is a house. If I had drawn her, it would have been GG. but I pulled out the win with the farewell. Blue A. What's my most blue deck? I mean, I do have a mono blue deck, but I don't have. There's two I don't have the cards for. This is blue spirits, so it's just spirits. It's really good. It's really strong. Supreme Phantom, Shackled Geist, Rattle Chains, Spectral Sailor. It's all spirits, but I don't have the cards. And the other one is blue artifacts, and I did have a similar deck that was quite, but I'm missing a couple of key cards. Antiquities War. Okay, let's see what other blue decks I have. Could try. This one's blue black. It's a pure control deck though. Blue black. I don't even know what its win con is. I don't think it has one. Blue black. This one's pretty good. This is a best of one. It's red, blue, white. It's a proper control deck. It's all about putting Magna Opus into the graveyard and then bringing it back with the Gearhulk. And then there's heaps of things there to stay alive. Let's give it a crack. It's a best of one deck as well, so the games should be a bit faster. So with this deck, it's all about kind of it's a control deck with a finisher, but it's all about making sure that you counter the right things. You don't just do whatever you want. You got to make sure that you pick the right spells to counter and stuff. So this looks like a decent hand. I've got removal, I've got a counter spell, and I've got the Gearhulk. So all I need now is an Opus. So this land here, I'm playing against control probably, so that's not great. That's no good. Could be artifacts though, so we'll see. Nope, it's definitely control. I'm gonna counter that. I mean, actually, I don't know why. No, I definitely want to counter that. Oh yeah, I think that control versus control is actually really miserable. It's a really miserable matchup. So I'm just going to play stuff out and see what happens, but it's really miserable. Because they're not going to do anything and I'm not going to do anything. It's just going to be a game of... yeah, that's fine. Kill it. So my deck is a control deck, but their one is even more of a their one is even more of a control deck. They're blue white, and all they do is play counters, basically. Oh, he's a shark. Very good. Don't care too much about a shark. I think I can just kill it in the next turn. He's not going to do anything. He's going to pass as well. I think that's fine. I want to kill this because I want to... Yeah, I think I can't play this. It's just too much. It's probably the worst deck to play against. If I think on average, I refuse to play against it. If they just get like every card, because it's basically the gameplay is they play a land, pass to your turn. They play land, pass to your turn, and then they do stuff on your turn every turn. It's just really boring. This is okay. I don't know what I'm playing against, but it'll do. So yeah, so even if you have like good combo, like yes. Well, the thing is, that's fine. This is a combo deck. Watch this. I'm going to remove this card. He's going to concede. Okay. Yeah, but when it's control versus control, you have to take what I said about saving your resources and make sure you counter the right things at the right time. It's taken that, but to like the most extreme version of that, where it's control versus control. If you make a play and they counter it or do whatever, it's almost instant. It's instantly over. Other decks, you can counter something, and if it's not the right thing, you've got a few other opportunities to kind of like come back. Against control, it's just kind of like if someone makes a mistake or gets unlucky in terms of they don't make the right choice, it's over. It's fucking over. I'm playing against Onion Jim. That's my nemesis. Okay, I've got heaps of removal, so let's hope I'm playing against a creature deck. I just made a joke because I don't like onions. I think... So I've got lots of like really heavy removal. I don't think I'm going to kill this guy. I'm just going to leave it. Because I can kill it with heaps of other stuff. Like, so this card is about ramping. I don't really care. Again, I'm just gonna let them play. So this is, I'm playing against elves, and elves is kind of a little bit of a brain dead deck where they just spew out heaps of elves, and it's called an elf ball, and they just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's just non-stop. So I think I'm just gonna kill it now. And then you think about the fact that I don't like onions. What does it do? I don't know. I understand. I would say it's one of the most key characteristics that people remember. Do I want that? I don't care. I'm just going to use these ones. So now I don't really know what I should be. I'm just going to kill this thing there. So the elf ball is under control at the moment. I am playing a bit more efficiently. not just using my cards on any old thing. I think I don't care about that. You can see them off that as well. I'm trying to be efficient. I'm trying not to use all my shit. Oh, that's pretty good. Sure. Here comes the Emperor. Actually, do I want? Yeah, who cares?
Keep watch for it.
That's fine. They probably got a big creature or something here to try and pop off, but okay. So I'm going to create a dude. I'm going to kill.
May your blade strike true.
Oh, actually, I'm going to do this. Let's get some health back. And I've got enough mana to hold up for a counterspell. So they've got 2 cards and I've got 4, so that's I'm being efficient. But that's how you have to play as control. You can't. The way you lose control is just by thinking that you can just do anything you want. I'm going to counter that. I'm going to remove that, and then you run out of cards. Oh, I've got another Emperor, so that's nice. I don't have lands though, so that's pretty awful.
Who's got the edge in this fight?
So this is a 1/1. It doesn't really do much. It does something when it enters the battlefield, but not now. And so this deck, I really want to play this deck, but I don't have the wild cards to craft it, so I can't really do shit at the moment. But it is actually a really fun deck. I think I want to counter this card. It's an enchantment that allows them to do other things. I don't want that. Okay, there's Opus. Very good. I'm going to try and discard that if I can, so that I can bring it out with Gearhulk soon.
Guards, to me.
Kind of sucks that I've got 5 lands there. I need the 6th land to cast the Gearhulk. So this card, the Allosaurus Shepherd, can buff all of the guys a lot. Like, a lot. Like, you just saw it. Yeah, well, it was actually a pretty bad move, but because I'm just gonna play this.
I am almost sad to see you go.
And I think that means now I can kill well, this is my 6th land, but it's tapped, which really sucks. I'm going to attack.
I have got new moves to teach you.
The elf player is probably spewing right now, because elf decks are all about just like, normally when you see an elf deck, they're just full of how much did that cost? 6. Okay, you did. Their whole board is just elves everywhere. It's just like the entire board is just full of elves, and basically them having like 1 or 2 is just, they must be spewing. Absolutely spewing. But I think their elf deck is not that great. They're using a lot of elves which don't really do much. Like a lot of the elf decks that I play against, the decks that the elves that they're playing with are like really strong. Like they've got some of them, but some of them, like Reclamation Sage, is like a sideboard card. You don't normally. Yeah, so they're dead now. They are exacties. Oh, actually, no, they're not. Oh, that's...
We've got the edge in this fight.
I kind of want to do that before combat, though, because they can just block and it's all good. But... I won't kill it. Should be game. GG. Rank 1799. So basically, if I want to climb in my rank, you have to have a win rate of higher than 75%. So basically, for every loss, you need to win 3 games to get back up. They were good about playing through the whole game. They probably shouldn't have. I mean, the writing was on the wall after they lost like 2 of their creatures. After I swept the board. No, you're right actually, because they have a card called Collected Company, which it's 4 mana, and when they play it, they get 2 creatures. So I think maybe they were waiting to draw that, because that maybe would have put them back in the game. I don't know. Elf players are generally very stubborn, and elf players are generally very arrogant, like they think they should win, because sometimes you play against players and they know when to give up, and probably probably most of the time you shouldn't give up. You should just keep playing just to see if you can win. But it's not a good use of your time. Like if you can only play for a couple of hours a day, a lot of the games you'll be playing will be playing games you've already lost. And I don't really like that. I think I would rather lose a game where I might have a 1% chance of winning, so that I can play another game where the odds are back in, not in my favour, but more 50-50. But if there's a 1% chance of me winning, I don't think I'll play that out, because 1 in 100 games you will win. But if those games take 15 minutes, that's 15 times 99 where you're wasting your time. So anyway, that's my rationale for conceding when I think the odds are like generally against me. Like if you're in a tournament or something like that, yeah, of course you stay there to the bitter end, and you go get the 1 in 100 win, because that's how competitive players do it. And I would say it's actually bad to concede the 1 in 100, because the person who does 1 in 100, who stays in the game just to win those 1 in 100 games, they are the people that will climb the most. They are the people that will probably be in the top 10 players. But I just don't have the time to do that. I don't have the time or the patience to like. It's actually demoralizing as well to sit in a game where you've mostly lost. It's tilting, and that is the other part. Is if you got to try and stop yourself from tilting, otherwise you are gonna lose. So there's like that psych element to it as well, I guess. Anyway, that's my rationale. Anyway, so you got to see this deck in action. You got to see what it's like playing control, where you kind of make all these decisions and you kind of just have the upper hand the entire game. So that's actually kind of bullshit, but Elf Ball is quite hard to beat. It is a top tier deck and best of one, because they just vomit out elves and run you over. But it's cool if you ever want to build an elf deck, it'll be pretty strong. No, I'm not. If I was good, I would be rank 1 in the world. It does take a lot of time. It really does. But, well, I mean, there's so many parts. There's obviously skill of the player, there's the variance in the deck and your play. So if there's a lot of variance, that means that you have to put in like 10,000 games or whatever to get up there. Unless you have developed a deck which is resilient to the metagame and nobody knows about it, and they it's hard for them to play against because they don't know the deck. In which case, those are the people that usually get the top 10. They make novel decks and archetypes that people don't know how to play against. They play a lot of games. Um, like I would like to do that, but like I was playing a lot with a few of these decks, and I was doing pretty well. Like I think I got to rank 600 last week, and then I just dropped back down, and it was kind of demoralizing. But this deck is actually pretty cool. This deck is really weird. It is actually super hard to play, but super rewarding. It all revolves around this card, Death's Shadow, where you still got like being in the top, I guess 2,000 players in the world. I still feel pretty happy about it, and I know I could get to the top 100 if I just really knuckle down and like gave it everything. But this diminishing returns, like what do you get for being that dedicated? If you're a streamer or something where it's your job, there's you get something out of it. But even like pro players, and when they stream, they don't get a lot of numbers. So yeah, right. You're playing competitive, like trying to get to Platinum League or whatever it is. Yeah, it's just there's diminishing. You, oh, okay. What's after Platinum? I didn't. I think I stopped playing like right around the time competitive came in, or ranked rather. Ah, really? So if you play Overwatch, don't they separate out the queue like solo and group, or is it like if you duo, you're classified as a solo? Yeah, and those kids that are playing as well, they have so much more um, spare time to play, and they're probably more dedicated playing it, and they've got friends that they play with regularly, and that doesn't make for a nice experience. But yeah, this deck revolves around Death Shadow, where they get more powerful the less life you have. So if you get down to like 5 health, then this is an 8/8 or whatever it is. Um, so and that's but the thing is, so a lot of the things in your deck are all about reducing your health. So this, you lose 2 life. This one you lose 2 life. This one you lose 1 life whenever you play a card. This, oh no, and then all the lands make you, they're all shock lands, so you take 2 life, 2 life, 2 life. Oh, I might go now as well, because I haven't had a shower yet after my gym, so I might go and have a shower. And maybe have something to eat, because I'm fasting today. Yeah, thanks for watching. It was fun. It is quite difficult to kind of narrate what I'm doing, but I think I'm kind of good at understanding why I do things in the game, so it's kind of fun. I think yeah, well, my rank went up, so I must have won more than I lost. I think I won just more than I lost, so that's a success. Thanks for being my cheerleader and being an inquisitive student. And hopefully I explained stuff well. Because, you know, sometimes there's things where I might explain something, but I'm explaining it in a way where I'd explain it just to someone who's familiar with the card already. But sometimes I don't realise I'm not explaining it properly, you know. Very good. Well, I mean, there's heaps of other decks to play if you want to see them in action. And also next week is going to be, I'm just going to be drafting next week, so you might see all the new cards and stuff. So just let me know if you want to watch some Magic or another game or whatever. I'll be happy to do it. Okay. Have fun with your brothers, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.